Hi students, a very good morning to all the students who are watching the video now. In the previous video we have discussed about the lesson gravitation and Newton's laws of gravity, Newton's laws of motion and the force acting. And based on that, still we are going to discuss something related to it. Okay, let me give you one simple example. Imagine that you all are carrying a stone, a small stone in your hand. When you drop it from a height, you are standing on top of a building and you are dropping the stone. So, in which direction does the stone fall? Naturally it moves in the downward direction. Why can't this stone move in some other direction? Can you say? Yes, it is because of the gravitational force of attraction. The earth's surface, it attracts the stone towards it. We call it as gravitational force. And due to that, the stone falls towards the surface of the earth. And here we are going to discuss in this chapter gravitation of class 9, chapter 10, what is meant by free fall. Free fall is nothing but when you drop an object from a height and suppose if there is no other force acts, we all know when no other force, when an object is dropped, it falls towards the earth's surface only due to the gravitational force of attraction, and there no other force acts on it, only the gravitational force acts on it, and such fall is called as free fall. And in this case, imagine that you are throwing the stone from certain height, and here this is the surface of the earth, and from the surface of the earth a force is attracting the object. So when something is attracting towards it, the force will be high, nearer to the surface compared to the height. As you go away and away, the force of attraction decreases. So the object when it falls and comes closer and closer, its velocity also increases because of the force of attraction. Here the velocity of the moving object, since it continuously changes, it is under acceleration, because acceleration is nothing but it is the rate of change of velocity, and here the acceleration is only due to the gravitational force. Hence we call it as the acceleration due to gravity, and it is represented by what? G, small letter G. Here already you have studied about capital G. What is that capital G? It is the universal constant, gravitational constant, and small letter G represents the acceleration due to gravity. And here we are going to see how to calculate the value of acceleration due to gravity and what it is equal to. For its calculation, first we have to recall the second law of motion, Newton's second law of motion. According to Newton's second law of motion, you have got a equation, or you have got a value, that is what is F is equal to the force acting on an object, moving object. It is equal to mass into acceleration A. F is equal to m into A. What is A? It is the acceleration. And here, since the moving object is moving due to the force of attraction, gravitational force of attraction, we call it as G. Instead of A we are going, it is one and the same. Acceleration due to gravity. In free fall, only gravitational force acts. Hence we are going to replace A by G. So we can write F is equal to ma as F is equal to mg. This is according to Newton's second law of motion. So the force acting on a moving body is equal to mg. Let it be equation 1. Next, according to universal law of gravitation, the force acting between the two objects is given by F is equal to gmm divided by d square. What is d? It is the distance between the two objects, and m is the mass of the earth, and small m is the mass of the object, any object. So the force between them is capital Gmm divided by d square. This is equation 2. So in both the case, the force, it is going to be the same. Hence let us equate equation 1 and 2. So when you are going to equate both the equation, you will get mg is f and f. It is one and the same. Hence mg is equal to gmm divided by d square. And here, this is the surface of the earth. The object is moving towards the surface of the earth. It is, m is taken as the mass of the earth and small m is the mass of the object. And even here, small m is the mass of the object and g is the gravitational force acting. Hence, we are going to cancel. It is one and the same. So let us cancel m. We will get g is equal to gm divided by d square. And what is d? It is the distance between the earth. Imagine you have the earth and the object is falling. This is the distance and d. But here the distance between the midpoint, the center of the earth, and comparing the radius, this is r. Comparing to this distance, this is going to be very small. Hence, we are writing here instead of d as r square. This whole distance is this small d, the distance between the object and the center of the earth is nearer to the radius of the earth. Hence, we are replacing d by r, radius of the earth. We will get g is equal to gm divided by d square, that is r square. Now, let us see how to calculate. So, we got the expression for gravitation, Newton, that is acceleration due to gravity. G is equal to what? Gm divided by r square. Now let us see how to calculate the value of g. What is g is equal to? Capital G is the universal constant, that is its value is 6.7 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meter square kilogram power minus 2 into mass of the earth. Here the capital M, it represents the mass of the earth. It is equal to 6 into 10 to the power of 24 kilogram. It is a constant, it is the same value, it won't change. So what is the mass of earth? It is 6 into 10 to the power of 24 kilogram divided by what is radius of the earth? It is 6 into 10 power 8 meter. Radius of the earth is 6 into 10 power 8 meter. And since it is square, we are going to write this as square. Hence, when you find this, what will you get? G is equal to, while calculating, you have to write 6.7 into 6, all the numerical values, into 10 to the power of minus 11 and here into 10 power 24. So, when the multiplication is there, the exponential values we have to add. We are writing here plus 24 divided by 6 into 6 because it is square into 10 to the power of 8 2s are, or 8 plus 8 gives you 16 meters square. And here these two values get cancelled and you are given m square and m square cancels. Here you have got Newton meter square when this comes to s, here it cancels, you will get meter square with that also gets cancelled. And what will you get? 6.7 into 6 into, when you multiply and simplify, you get 9.8 into meter Newton. Since it is acceleration, it is meter per second square. The unit will be meter per second square. The value of G will be 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, hope you all understood how to calculate. First you have to multiply this and or you can cancel here, then divide it, and when this goes to the numerator it becomes minus 16. Simplify and then you will get a value 9.8 meter second power minus 2. Hope you all understood how to calculate the value of G. What is G? It is acceleration due to gravity. Next, now we are going to see how to write the Now let us find out the equation of motion of objects under the influence of gravitational force of the earth. So already we have the three equations of motion, that is V is equal to U plus AT, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. In this, U represents the initial velocity of the object, V represents the final velocity of the moving object, A represents the acceleration at what the object is moving, and T represents the time duration. And even in the second case, what we have seen in free fall, the acceleration due to gravity is represented by G, and it is the same as the acceleration of a moving object. Hence, the same equations is applicable even for the object moving with gravitational force. But in that case, instead of A, we are going to write G. Hence, the three equations of motion of the object under gravitational force remains the same, and we are going to write A as G. So the three equations are V is equal to U plus GT, V is equal to UT plus, S is the distance, S is equal to UT plus half GT square, and V square is equal to U square plus 2GS. And now we are going to solve the two example sums which are given in your textbook. Just I will explain how to solve the sums and to find the required value according to this equations. In your textbook, according to the example sum 10.2, it is said that a car falls off a ledge and drops to the ground in 0.5 seconds. Let G is equal to 10 meter per second square. Number 1, what is its speed on striking the ground? And the second question is, what is its average speed during 0.5 seconds? Third one is, how high is the ledge from the ground? So, from a height, a car is falling down, and it falls down in a time duration of 0.5 seconds. And when it falls down, the acceleration due to gravity is here approximated as 10 meter per second square. And When the car falls from the height, initial velocity of the car will be 0 and its velocity increases as it reaches the ground level. Hence, let us take the final velocity as v. And here the first thing, at what speed the car is falling down. Speed is nothing but the velocity. Hence, what is velocity? V is equal to, we know from the first equation of motion, V is equal to u plus at, and here instead of a we are writing g. So V is equal to u plus gt. And we know that u is equal to, the initial velocity is 0. So we are writing 0 plus, what is the value of g? It is 10. 10 into, time is what? 0.5 seconds. Here meter per second square, and this is second. So what happens to the unit? Here 0, u becomes 0 plus 10 into 0.5 becomes 5, and the unit of g is meter second square. That is equal to meter divided by second square into time is s. So one of the s cancels and it becomes meter second power minus 1. Hence the value of velocity, the speed of the car v is 5 meter per second is the speed of the car. Next, it is asked what is the average speed. Average speed means from the initial to the final, its speed is keep on decreasing because the velocity is decreasing. So overall, what is the average speed? To calculate the average speed, you have to add the initial velocity and the final velocity, and you have to divide it by 2. So we are writing average velocity is equal to u plus v divided by 2. U is nothing but 0 plus v is calculated as 5. So 5 divided by 2 gives you 5 by 2. 0 plus 5 by 2 becomes 2.5, and again the unit of speed is meter per second. And the third part of the question is, what is the distance the car has moved from the initial distance, initial level to the final level. So the distance covered is nothing but it is the height of the ledge, and it is, we know that according to the distance formula, distance travelled s is equal to ut plus half at square. Here a is again represented as g. Hence s is equal to ut plus half gt square, and the value of u is 0 and t is 0.5. So 0 into 0.5 plus half into g is nothing but 10 meter per second square. So we are writing half into 10 into t is 0.5 into 0.5. So that 0 into 0.5 gives you 0 plus 2 5s are 10. 5 5s are 25, 25 5s are 125, and keep point before 2 digits. So it is 1.25 plus 0 gives you 1.25 meter. How you got the unit meter? Distance is measured in meter. Otherwise, you see here what is the unit of, here this is 0. Anyway, let us leave it. This is the gravitational unit, it is meter per second square into time in second into second. So second power minus 2 when it comes to the denominator, second into second, and here second into second cancels and the unit becomes meter. So the value of s is 1.25 meter. Hence the speed, the car is moving down with a speed of 5 meter per second square, and the overall average speed of the car is 2.5 meter per second. Here 5 meter per second, here 2.5 meter per second, and the distance the car has moved is equal to 1.25 meter. So this is how you have to solve the sum. Okay students, now let us solve the next example sum, that is 10.3. In this question, an object is thrown vertically upwards and rises to a height of 10 meter. Imagine you have an object and you are throwing vertically in the upward direction and it reaches a height of 10 meter. So the object is, when you throw in the upward direction, it reaches a height of 10 meter. Calculate the velocity with which the object was thrown upward. Here with what velocity you have thrown it in the upward direction. Also the time taken by the object to reach the highest point. So the object to reach this point, what is the time taken? You have to calculate even t. So the first one is, here let us consider the given data. It is given the height when you throw the object in the upward direction, the distance it travels is the height, that is s is equal to 10 meter distance travelled. And then what you are doing? You are throwing the object. So initial velocity here is u and the final velocity is v when it reaches this spot. And here the velocity becomes 0 and then it comes back in the downward direction. Therefore, what is v? V is equal to 0 meter per second. And since you are throwing it in the upward direction, the acceleration due to gravity is keep on decreasing. It is deceleration. Hence, we are taking g as minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. Question number 1. What is the velocity of the object which is moving in the upward direction? We have to calculate. So, let us use the equation v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Here, acceleration is nothing but acceleration due to gravity g. Hence, we are writing the value of g, v. What is v? It is, we have to calculate what is the initial velocity. With what velocity you are throwing? Initial velocity you have to calculate. So u comes in this equation. Why we are considering this one? Because here we don't know what is t to consider the other two equation. But in this equation t is not given, but g is given and s is given. So we are going to, and also we know what is v. It is 0. So easily we can calculate the value of the initial velocity. Hence we are considering this equation. V square is equal to u square plus 2gs and v is 0. Find the velocity when it reaches the highest point. 0 square is equal to u square plus 2 into, we have to calculate u. So u square plus 2 into, what is g? It is minus 9.8. Minus because it is moving in the upward direction. It is against the gravitational force of attraction. So we are writing it as minus 9.8 meter per second square into, what is yes? It is 10 meter. Hence 0 we are going to leave, and u square when it comes to the left hand side it becomes minus u square, that is equal to, here you have already a minus, so minus 2 into 9.8 into 10 into 10, here you have what, meter into meter, meter square second power minus 2. So when you multiply this you will get 196.0 because the total values when you multiply you will get 1960. if you are going to keep point before one digit, it is 196 meters square second power minus 2, and here minus and minus cancels. So u square equal to this value. Since a square number, we want to find what is u. We are going to take root of this value. So u is equal to square root of 196 meter square second power minus 2. So 196 is nothing but 14 square. Hence u is equal to 14 meter second power minus 1. Square root cancels even the square. Hope you all understood how to calculate the initial velocity. This is the velocity with what the stone is, object is thrown in the upward direction. Next we have to see in what time it has reached the highest level point. For that, time t is equal to, here we know what is the value of u. Is the simplest equation in which time comes. We know what is v also. We have to find out t. So v is equal to u plus at, and v value is 0. 0 is equal to 14 minus, here we are taking a as minus 9.8. So 14 minus 9.8 into t, or it is 14 when it comes to the, when this value here you have minus 9.8, when it comes to this side it becomes, since you can do the calculation like this, you have got here 9.8 t is equal to 14, or t is equal to, it becomes plus. So 14 divided by 9.8, hence the value of t, when you divide this, you will get it as 1.43 seconds. 1.43 seconds, unit of time. Okay. So this is how we can calculate the time and the initial velocity of the object which is thrown in the upward direction. I will be sending the notes for this. So you just watch this video and copy the notes which I am sending. Okay.